BAME farm fans. It is Monday, May 16th. Oh, and we're just crossing the river, going through the woods, and disking we go. Try not to get bushwhacked by the shrubbery. I mean, a honeysuckle can't be any worse than being drugged through the dirt, right? At least for the disc. I'm trying to keep the tractor out of such shrubbery. Here we go. I did this chisel plowing right after I put the weights on here, and that was 3 or 4 days ago. We've actually got lucky. We've missed a couple rains, or we just haven't gotten excessive amounts. So that is fantastic. I guess we can go ahead and put the wings down while we're moving. So nice we don't have to get out, don't have to use wrenches like the old 470. That is just glorious. I can be lazy in the seat. It's about like having the Milwaukee Impact. Okay, hopefully we have enough pressure built up. That could be questionable. Now, let's see what gear. Let's try high one, see if it's about the same speed as high one in the internationals. Okay. Yeehaw. Now, I haven't been disking with this before, so we'll see how it goes. I gotta clean up my headlands so I don't beat myself to death turning around. We'll just let it go in two-wheel for a while, see how we feel. At least we've got a good breeze. Shut the back window, because we don't want the dust coming in the cab. Not that we can see much back there out the window now. That rain didn't wash it down very well. Pressure to hold that wing down. That happens sometimes, but it takes a few attempts to keep the wings down. They get a little excited still if they get enough pressure built up in them. Time for the working portion. This is now my third attempt at recording this because I remember more things that I want to say. And we're coming up on about 5 minutes of me yammering on while you watch the tractor and the disc do stuff. Yeah, you'll see me reach up there and turn the front wheels on. I turn them on and off every turn. The front axle has a automatic locking differential, and it's not like it unlocks when you turn it. You pretty much push the outside wheel through the turn, and that drives me nuts. So we're out in the TW25. We'll have a big tractor power moment. It's listed as 156 horse on Tractor House, and that's at the flat wheel. And that really drives me nuts, because when you're looking through the list of models and you see that and everyone's like, oh, it's a 150 horse tractor. No, that does absolutely nothing. That's like Japanese horsepower on your Kubota when they give you this high rating, but what can it really put to the ground? So, drawbar pulls 124 horse. That's useful. That's what you're going to do to pull a disc, pull a plow, pull whatever. It's, I think, close to 140 at the at the PTO. Which that's, useful too. So you're losing some horsepower just to move the tractor itself, obviously. So 124 horse. I'm going to beat it into everybody's head. It's about the same size as a 1086, which is about 120 drawbar horse also. This tractor looks bigger because there's more rubber, the hood's longer, and there's more room built into everything, under the cab and the hood and stuff. So we'll get some close-ups of the disc now. If you'll notice, these are about 30-second clips, and I have a thing for always including the headland turn, which I'm working in a kind of a corner of the field now. The headlands give me an opportunity to stop and move the camera instead of waiting and stopping in the middle of a nice quarter-mile long pass. I'm gonna be turning and picking it up anyways, so might as well stop ahead. Now the disc's about 19 feet wide, and it's 9-inch spacing. Blades are at least 20 inches. I kind of wished it was 7-inch spacing, and I was really hoping for a rock flex mount, but obviously can't buy these new anymore, and I was very impressed by the overall condition of it being very low use, that I let it slide that it was 9-inch spacing, and it does. I think it does a pretty good job. The only thing I got to worry about, as you can see right there on the left, that blade in the back. If you go a little fast, it'll ridge right down the middle. I've changed the gang angle so the front's very aggressive and the back isn't as aggressive. But the owner's manual, which we did get with this book, says those blades right there in the middle could be downsized if there's problems with ridging. Now I just got to find blades, smaller blades like 18 inches that have a big hole, because this has different axle bolts for the gangs than the old 470 does. Now since this video, like we plant corn the next day here, we haven't planted any corn. That was, I don't know, middle of May, 16th, 17th, 18th or something. I go back to spray this field 10 days ago, and I got 10 acres to replant to 25 here. I haven't planted any row crops since. It's been too wet. Didn't necessarily make a whole lot of dust here. And a lot of the crops in the area planted the same week are not happy with life. There's some drown out spots. The corn's already wavy, yellow spots. We can't go more than 3 days without rain, and we've struggled to get the sweet corn plantings planted on time. They look ugly. The vegetables we've forced in to mud almost, and some of the vegetable areas are, say, slightly better drained, slightly, barely, maybe. It's a stretch. But if I can get plastic laid on a dry day, then after it rains, we can go there and plant by hand. So yeah, it's been wet. It's still wet. And I don't know how Mother Nature can say, hold my beer, when I'm running out of ways for how can the weather get worse. Well, the sun's getting low. I'm getting ready to turn the lights on, I think. It looks brighter on camera than I think it really is. We got the sun to our back, so it's easy to differentiate the earlier pass and the later pass. This is the second time after chisel plowing. Should be ready to knife anhydrous and hit it once with a soil finisher for leveling. Really, a lot of this is plantable after 2 disc passes. I like this field. It breaks up great. Or like 2, if we could fly straight, maybe 2 miles, 3 at most, north of the home farm. And the soil is so much better up here. I love it. I mean, we had years of hog manure. Hold on. Yeah, we had years of hog manure, years and years. Now we can't see much. This is really going to test my GPS now. I almost folded up the wings there. Grabbed the wrong lever. That's the wing lever. Now someone's going to say, why didn't I put the wings on the lower one? Because this valve has a leak. It's not the valve, it's actually one of the lines. It's a swivel joint that's leaking. So I couldn't just tighten up the fitting. I need to get a new line made, you know. Everything's a money pit right now. It doesn't break when you're not using it. That should look darker now. We're cruising on about 5 miles an hour, 5th gear, low dual power. Yeah, that's the red light. It's not like the International with the hydraulic pressure light. It's a red turtle for slow, and then there's a green rabbit for fast. I guess I'll make the video, and it will have already been out where I tried to fix the dual power, which the solenoid was bad. I put a new solenoid on, it didn't fix the problem, so that's kind of annoying. It's really annoying, actually. So it's back to the drawing board on that. Some other day. Time to spin in circles on the steering wheel. Hold on. Your cookies. Yeah, LEDs because I have a fire extinguisher strapped down there, which we can't see by the doorpost, because I found some burnt wiring under the dash related to the lights and some real hack job connections. So I tried to redo those nicely. Well, it's time to call it a night. So we'll lift up and fold up. It's so nice and easy. The front always folds first because I guess it gets flow. It's closest to the outlet. We're all set. Let's roll.